Hush, hush, nigga guy. Hush, hush, cry, cry. Hush, hush, nigga guy. Wait, wait. This is good numbers. Okay, I gotta do some other shit here. Right here, Akita. Yeah. Everybody got the Akita now. So this one is going here. This one, no, is going here. This one, no. Okay, now, scavenger, dexterity. Okay, now we're wrong. Find a match. Oh, beautiful.
Get on a stage and do it. I don't really take myself that seriously. Not anymore. There was a time where in the early days where our music was very pompous and very serious, and people thought, oh god, what a load of bores, you know?
Freddie Mercury's eclectic taste was built on a bedrock of pure, undeniable soul, and for him, one voice embodied that soul more completely than any other. From his earliest days of listening to music, he was captivated by the power and passion of American soul artists, but he held a special reverence for the woman crowned its queen, Aretha Franklin. He didn't just admire her, he studied her. He was fascinated by the sheer effortlessness of her delivery, how a voice so technically astonishing could also natural, so utterly instinctive. While his voice was a very different instrument, he thought to emulate the emotional honesty he heard in her.
Team
He
deathmatch.
didn't try to copy her sound.
Eliminate all threats.
Impossible and pointless. Instead,
Yo, man.
he tried to capture her spirit. Before he was the flamboyant frontman of Queen, before the leotards and the crown, Hiram Sarah was a schoolboy playing piano in his first band, the Hectics. Their set is a tribute to the pioneers of rock and roll, and at the center of that musical
Damn it,
was
lost the
Elvis.
lead.
Presley was more than a singer, he was a phenomenon. He was the embodiment of cool, a charismatic rebel, with a voice that could be both tender and menacing.
The guild reclaimed the lead.
For a young Freddie, Elvis was a perfect blueprint for what a rock could be. The influence of Elvis stayed with him throughout his life. It was an affection for the very roots of the music that had set him
No
apart.
escape now!
He absorbed Elvis's vocal swagger, the way he could play with melody, injecting it with personality. This was most clearly and joyously expressed decades later on the 1980 album Again. Recording sessions in Munich, Freddie was in his hotel bathtub when a melody struck him. He later claimed, "I wrote things fast in about 10 minutes."
Will you
The
need
song was
back to
deliberate
gold?
and loving homage to Elvis. Freddie sang it in a lower rockabilly style. When performing in live, something he rarely did, striking poses that echoed the classic images of a young
I didn't really take myself that seriously. There was a time where the early days where
Freddie Mercury's eclectic taste was built on a bedrock of pure, undeniable soul, and for him, one thing in the earliest days of music, he was captivated. This early
I want to tell you about the one time that I witnessed what I can only describe as a medical miracle. I'm not particularly religious or superstitious. For example, I kind of roll my eyes when someone in the ER freaks out because someone said the Q word. It's really quiet tonight. But this story, I can't really explain it, and it still kind of gives me chills. So I was in my second year of residency, rotating through a different ER, and I was helping with the resuscitation of a patient who was in full cardiac arrest. Everything for this patient. I called CPR, protocol, he was intubated, and we pushed all of the regulations. But after about 20 minutes running the code, nothing worked. There was zero response. The monitor showed asystole, we did a bedside ultrasound that showed cardiac standstill, so there was no electrical or...
You are incoming!
We turned up the monitors, we did everything with the bed sheet, and then we huddled beside the bed to debrief on the case. What went well, what didn't go well, how we can do it next time. And about 5 minutes into that debriefing, I looked at the bed sheet, and at first I ignored it because I figured someone probably brushed past the bed, and then I looked again, and we all heard it. So we pulled back the bed sheet, the patient was on his own. We checked his carotid pulse,
Grenade incoming.
so we turned back on the monitors, and all the signs were in. So then we're all scrambling to IVs, monitors, oxygen. We called the ICU, and then he was admitted. To this day, I still don't have a proper explanation for what happened, and my attendings said that he'd never seen anything like it either. And now I've been in practice for over a decade, and I've never seen anything like this. That being said, we wonder what his neurologic function is like after being untreated for a long period of time. But I can follow up on how he did afterwards, because I was in that hospital, but I never thought that day. Do you have any ideas of what might have happened here, or have you ever seen a medical miracle yourself?
Stay down. Stay on
I'm
task.
a board certified ER doctor, and I give you a glimpse into the my perspective. Follow me a little more. I want to tell you about the one time this slide as a medical miracle. I'm not particularly religious or superstitious. For example,
81-year-old Walmart cashier caught taking a break. What happened next took her out of work forever. 18-year-old Devin Bonagura was on his break one evening while working for a third-party phone vendor inside a Walmart in Hackettstown, New Jersey, when he spotted something that hit him hard. An 81-year-old store cashier named Nola Carpenter was sitting quietly alone with his break. Shit. Melancholy music and posted it on TikTok.
Maybe your enemy.
Hostile needle. The video exploded. Wanted to help. That's when Devin started a GoFundMe to help Nola retire, and incredibly, it passed $100,000 within just 24 hours. Devin later claimed Walmart managers pulled him aside and told him the store was receiving backlash after the video went viral, demanding he take the
You're
video
falling
down,
behind,
shut down the
Blackhawk.
fundraiser, even return the money, or else they'd get the cops involved. But Devin wasn't having it and refused. He told them straight up, do what you have to do because I'm getting this money to this woman one way or another. Even when the company suspended him with pay. His mind
Enemy
was focused
UAV
on one
detected.
thing. About every dollar. A few days later, he filmed another follow-up video when he approached Nola in the parking lot and surprised her with the $110,000 in donations, leaving her stunned. She said she was certain that it would help a lot, but then she admitted something heartbreaking. He never did. She still owed $160,000 on her mortgage, and since her husband had been injured in an
Enemies took
accident
the
years
lead.
earlier,
Make them regret
the struggle had only gotten harder. Well, that sounded like the end of the story, didn't it? Then something.
it. What are you waiting for? Make your move.
Posted the update, the GoFundMe began climbing again. It kept climbing until it finally passed $186,000, enough for Nola to retire completely. And when Devin
Stay
brought the
tight,
rest
we're
of
in
the
the lead.
donations to Nola, she could hardly believe. She thanked them.
Hostile
Shared
UAV
the story,
established above.
thanked the donors, and
You
all
did?
of
Hostile
them
Okay,
release
good.
secure.
what he'd done, saying that without
I was
him,
just
none of
thinking,
this would have
ooh.
been possible. She finally announced she was beginning the next month.
Gather
Right
the
after
wounded.
Nola
Extract
took
crews will be there soon.
a busy holiday season. In the end, after decades of service
Failure
and
is
thousands
mine,
of daily
and
smiles
mine
to the
alone.
customers, Nola ended up free of pain, free of stress, and finally free to live the rest of her life.
Licha. Body drop.
You should never buy a book in this condition unless there's something very special inside. You can see here that the book is badly worn, the spine is almost completely rubbed away, there's some old repairs up here, and overall it's just quite a sad looking volume. It's not even a first edition, it's a copy of Lorna Doom, and the title page tells us that it's in fact a 7th edition. And yet, there is one page in this book that has got me more excited than almost all the other books I've seen this year. When we open it up, we can see that there's a page inside here with 2 inscriptions on it. The first one is handwritten by the poet Christina Rossetti, and it reads, Christina Rossetti, given her by Ford Maddox Brown, Christmas 1874, meaning this book was first a gift shared between 2 of the most important figures in the pre-Raphaelite circles, the poet Christina Rossetti and the artist Ford Maddox Brown. Exactly 20 years later, in 1894, Christina Rossetti died, and Ford Maddox Brown died the year before. And so it fell
Overload.
to Christina's brother, the
Sabotage
writer,
enemy zones with the EMP device. Hostiles have the EMP.
Enemy ahead.
We have the EMP.
Buy a book in this edition unless there's something very special. See here that the book is badly worn, the spine is almost completely rubbed away, there's some old repairs up there.
EMP successfully delivered.
Fucking cool.
New overload device on the field. Get there first.
There is one page in this.
This little girl was born with such a rare condition that she enchanted the world.
Enemies are carrying the device. Enemy EMP delivery successful.
And the most striking thing was the eye on the side with white hair was bright blue, while the other had a golden brown.
New overload device available. Device acquired. Transport it to the enemy zone.
But despite the
Enemy control station overloaded.
the condition posed no health risk. It was simply a very rare genetic trait that made that girl unique.
I've located a new overload device. overload, Black Ops.
Share her story to show that difference is not something to be hidden, but something to celebrate. Today, she continues to win hearts wherever she goes.
Secure the new device.
She plays, runs, smiles like any happy child.
Protect our zones. They have the overload device. We've picked up the EMP.
Being different is not a problem.
This one's ours if we keep it tight. Halftime.
And share with your friends. M. This little girl was born with
Your skills are obsolete.
Overload. Sabotage enemy zones with the overload device. The overload device is under hostile control. Enemies are carrying the EMP. The overload device is in our control.
EMP spotted!
Hostiles have the overload device.
That's a kill.
We have the overload device. We have the EMP. Skewer incoming. Device acquired. Transport it to the enemy zone.
EMP.
The overload device is under hostile control.
What the hell, I hate everything. When I stop and think of it, I just wanna scream. What the hell?
We picked up the device. We overloaded their control station. New EMP device available. Enemies are carrying the device. We picked up the EMP. Overload device successfully delivered. I've located a new EMP device.
Enemy on foot. Scanning for next target.
The overload device is in our control. Got the win in sight. Don't let up. EMP successfully delivered. I've located a new overload device. We have the overload device. Enemies are carrying the EMP. Protect our zone. They have the overload device. Hostiles overloaded our control station. New overload device on the field. Get there first. We picked up the EMP. Device acquired. Transport it to the enemy zone.
Drop skewer on my mark.
Hostiles have the overload device.
Clean and simple.
Enemy overload successful. Our control station is down. Guild teams are bugging out. Figure out what they were hiding.
The battle is won. The war continues.
Eyes on enemy.
Is it the shit? Right,